So tell us about yourself. What you're sharing today, and give the people a little taste.
Got you. So my name is Pryce. I'm a poet, painter, sketch artist from Brooklyn. And I'm gonna share a piece for y'all. It's not really done, but I'm gonna still do it anyway. It's a mental health piece and it's called Invisible Toxin.
Awesome. What you said it's a unfinished piece. What like in terms of writing on it and things like that. When do you come in your process to know when something's like complete, or because like for me, I know I started poems in 2018 and I'm just now finishing some like I can write in one day. So what's your process?
Honestly, my process is kind of like spontaneous, to be honest. Like my writing process just starts at random. I could just be walking on the street and then think of something and then just put it in my phone for a time when I actually get back to like a place to actually sit down and write it. But as far as like knowing when it's done, I don't know. You just know, like it's just like it doesn't feel right until
Mhm.
like there's a moment where it's like, yeah, all right, that's the
Like,
last line.
right.
So,
Awesome. Well, I can't wait to hear it. Can't wait for you to share. I'm gonna let you have the floor.
all right. So depression is more than suicide notes, more than empty pill bottles or cuts on wrists. Depression is finding more ways to mask your pain than you find ways of healing from it. See, depression wears many faces. Depression is continuous phases of fake smiles and hearing a million and one I haven't seen you in a whiles because depression is canceling plans. Depression is that friend that gets in the way of you and your other friends. Depression is that thing that's making sure that your happiness is never lasting. Depression is viewed as attention seeking up until the moment that you show that shit could get tragic. Now those same people are regretting those multiple opportunities that they had to check in and realizing that they never took advantage. But you see, nobody's thinking about that when they leave you alone with your thoughts that got you held captive. And they asking, how many times have you shown that you haven't been yourself and that you're needing help and no one noticed? How many times have the people closest to you made you regret being open? How many times have you been the support system that holds everyone together while you've been broken? So remember that time when you said you were fine and they knew you were lying, but they did nothing about it? Remember when you almost opened up again, but then you remembered the pain of either being left or judged and decided that you could live without it? See, that's why you got that fear of abandonment while feeling like self isolation is the only option as you watch yourself die slow from this invisible toxin. And that's my piece.
And with that piece,
Yeah.
uh, like you said, a lot of things that touched me. And what do you want people to feel and or do after hearing that piece?
I mean, for one, I want people to like the whole point of like the first few lines of saying like depression is more than suicide notes and pill bottles and
Right.
cuts on wrists. It's
Right.
like basically saying pay attention to the other signs that people show, you know,
Mhm.
of just like self isolation or like moments where you you kind of can tell when people are not okay when they say that they're fine, you know. So like just trying kind of like giving a reminder to people to like pay attention to the little signs before it becomes a big thing, before it becomes like an addiction problem or certain extreme behavior changes, anything like that. So it's just that reminder, just pay attention to the people closest to you because it's usually the people that seem the happiest or the ones that's checking on people, the one that's the strong friend, you know. So
Right.
that's
No,
really what I wrote that piece for.
no, you're so right, and I could tell, which is why I wanted you to speak on that, because a lot of times we don't it's not that we don't see the warning signs, but we think it's okay, like, oh, they'll get over it, they're just going through a time or something like that, which is why um glow up, I see you glowing. I see you growing and liberating yourself and ownership while you're under pressure. I see you
Yep.
glowing. That's what the point of this. And it wasn't just the artist that came on tonight. For everyone, we're on social media together. We're doing different projects together, even in person when we can, even without this COVID going on. But yeah, like
Mhm.
I just really like that. It's not just the suicide letters. It's not just pill bottles. Like, it's the subtle things that we just have to check up on each other.
Yeah.
I'm good for that. I'm good for checking up on people when they show signs because I care.
Yeah.
Awesome. So where can people find you? um how can they get in contact? Because I know you got the apparel coming out, if you want to talk about that.
Yeah, sure, for sure. I'm actually wearing one of the hoodies. It's called Rose Blossom. So like it's named after my great grandmother. And basically it's about like it stands for like just kind of like moving through life and making sure that you kind of like blossom through whatever it is that you're going through. So like the logo has like a thorn on the rose, and the rose represents like the struggles, the setbacks, and everything like that. But roses still blossom regardless of like whether they have a thorn on them or whatever. So it's basically just saying like you can do the same thing. So you can find the apparel on roseblossomclothing.com. We got hoodies, sweatpants, t-shirts, all that. And then for as far as like social media, Instagram would be like the main place to find me at. Is _artist_x_poet_. I'm gonna drop it in the chat too. And all my links are on there. Also, I have a poetry album that's out. It's called Sessions. Dropped it over the summer, and it's on all streaming platforms. So y'all can check that one out too.
Awesome.